So you're really willing to change it? If I want to change, you'll change it. Do what you can. Do what you can, because it gets to me. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Defending My Collection video. This time we're going to talk about the Fs, the F movies. And we got a lot. Well, we got two big TV series boxes that takes up a lot of room. So anyway, we're going to get to it. Just want to thank all my subscribers out there, and to the new ones, welcome. That might be my thing. I say I feel silly doing that. You know, bye-bye. And maybe I'll just... belching attack, always. Anyway, so we're going to do the Fs. I'm going to go through these. Again, let's try not to make them long, but I think that's what you people like, right? You like my stories? Well, if you don't, you probably just scan along and go, oh, he's holding something up. What is it? Okay, next one, next one. I don't know what you guys do. Maybe, you know, it's funny. I got all the A, B, C, D, E, F. Well, I'm doing F now, but A, B, C, D, E. And I watch the views, and the views go up, and the views go up, and the views go up. But somehow the Bs aren't going up. And it's like, well, if everybody is watching the A's, C, D, E, why isn't anybody watching the Bs? I mean, the Bs are going up slowly, but you would think they'd be equal with, or just under, you know, just under one another. But I don't know. Maybe people have something against B movies. All right, the Fs. The F stops. First one. First time I saw this, I really enjoyed it, although it did get a little over the top. This is one of the movies that John Woo came when he was in America. They decided to let him do a movie, and John Woo, if you know him, great, The Killer, Hard Boiled, one of my favorite John Woo flicks. Hard Target's good too, but I really wish they would release like an unrated version, like his director's cut version, because, you know, you get these great directors coming to America to do their own thing, and then they're tweaking, and you can't do that, and you got to do this. But anyway, John Woo made this one, and this is one of the better. Wow, he also did the one with Christian Slater and Travolta. What was that one with the bombs under the ground? Broken something, Broken Target, Broken Arrow. Don't have that. Didn't care for it. But anyway, You the Man. I remember that from the trailer. I think that's where that all started. No, You the Man. Anyway, we're talking about, I want his face off and mine on. Nicolas Cage, man. Style. So much style in this. The gold guns, the coat flapping, the slow-mo double gun stuff. I mean, it's great. The shootout scene during Somewhere Over the Rainbow is a little odd. That's a little odd, but you know, the girls listening and that. But there's some really great action set pieces in here, and I won't stay too long on it. Just that I have it and I like it, and if you haven't seen it, give it a chance if you're looking for a good action flick. And both of them, I thought they did a great job the way they both played each other. Nick Cage was doing a Travolta, and Travolta was trying to do a Nick Cage, and it was kind of cool, you know. Favorite line in there, is it I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave, or I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go, you know, whatever that line was. This is a guilty pleasure. Bought it because it was Rodriguez, and I was a big Rodriguez head back in the day. And it's kind of a take on Body Snatchers. I believe is this based on a book? Like the, I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking about The Faculty. Terrible Scream, like, let's show the actors and not great artwork cover. Cool monster flick. For its time, I enjoyed it. That's about all I'll say. I don't watch it much, but it's kind of cool to have it in there. I wonder, oh wow, Tobey Maguire's in this? Who else is in this? I bet there's a lot of good people in here that that I didn't know were in here. Excuse me while I read. Lady DeVarrow, Laura Harris, Josh Hartnett, Famke Jensen, Piper Laurie, B.B. Newworth, Robert Patrick. Oh, John Stewart I knew. Elijah Wood. That's Elijah Wood. That ain't Tobey Maguire. What am I saying? Anyway, kind of a cool-ass monster flick. Oh, this. Damn you for not doing a season 2. This is a British television show, sci-fi, that I loved. The way it was put together, just a young take with the cast, and you might not have ever heard this, but do give it a try if you get a chance. The Fades. I'm not going to say anything about it. It's just great. This is it's 2 discs, so I believe it's like most of the British shows, probably 12 episodes. I don't think it's 8. I think it's a 12 episode. But they ended on such a devastating, bleak, apocalyptic ending in the final episode. And then they canceled it. And we'll never know what happens. But it was a great, great story. The Fades. Look it up. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it's on Blu-ray in America, but I'm pretty sure it's on DVD. Great show. I loved that show. Really sad it was, Now here's a director that you either like him or you don't. He doesn't always hit one out of the park, but I do like his visuals. Tarsem. And this thing was, when I first saw this, I knew I had to get the Blu-ray, and I was hoping the Blu-ray would come out because it was going to look amazing. And we're talking about The Fall. The tale of the stuntman befriending a little girl in the hospital, and he tells her the story, and her imagination takes the story and shows you the visuals of what she imagines he's saying. Some extremely, magnificent, some stunning visuals in this movie. Definitely check it out if you get a chance. The Fall by Tarsem. Just great. Nothing in here. Built the disc. Oh, I got one of those cases that close. There we go. Don't feel much today. This one's still sealed for my protection. I love this movie. I'm going to open it right now because it's. This thing is one of those movies that maybe I'll watch it today because it's going to be like 98 today in Chicagoland. Well, in Rolling Meadows. And this is like one of those movies like with Do the Right Thing that's really hot. And it feels hot and it feels steamy when you're watching it. And I always kind of like put one of those. It's weird. You'd think in the summer hot time you'd want to watch something cold. But for me, I would rather watch something hot and then in the wintertime watch something cold. So I guess I want to relate, I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about Michael Douglas Falling Down. Awesome flick. Awesome. Is he right or is he wrong? Is he just had enough? Has he just had enough? Those scenes are funny. When he just goes crazy. But when you look at the big picture and he's got anger issues, so that's why there's the divorce and the separation. And also, what's his name is amazing in here. Defense! Robert Duvall. Great. Cool movie, fun movie. Not a great movie, but fun. This is what I was going to look up. What's that new Star Wars not a fan film, I'm going to look on the web while you watch me. No, that ain't going to help me. Anyway, we're in the F's. Let me close that down because it looks bright. Okay, and I picked this up in the bargain bin. Didn't think it was as funny as everybody was saying. Like I said, I was waiting for the other film. I'm talking about Fanboys, the big Star Wars fan thing. The trailer looked hilarious, but I just didn't care for it when I watched it. That's why I'm glad I only paid $5 for it or something. But there's another one that they advertised being made like years before this one came out, and it was just a date. Like, it might have been the premiere date of Star Wars, which, as a Star Wars fan, I cannot remember. Was it May? Was it May 27th, 1977, or 25th? Something like that. But that was the title of the movie. And I just recently saw a trailer and posted it on my Facebook page that they finalized the trailer, and it is going to get a release date. And I've been waiting for that one because I related more to it. It was about a kid who made little home movies, Super 8 movies in his yard. And he saw this new movie, and he was like the only one in the neighborhood that knew about it. And that was like me when I used to read the sci-fi magazines, Fantastic Films and stuff. And they'd have articles about this new movie, Star Wars, where people are going to sword fight with laser light swords. And I was like, that's great. And I would tell my friends, and they're like, what? Yeah. Until it came out and became the phenomena that it is. It still is. Coming back, episode 7. Woohoo! I hope they don't ruin it. I got faith in JJ. Plus you got the old cast in there. Is Han Solo going to die? Or is he going to hang out for all 3? Or, I don't know. Spoilers. Anyway, fanboys, see it if you're a Star Wars fan. If you are a Star Wars fan, you've probably already seen it. You probably like this movie. But I saw it once, twice. Laughed a couple times. Just, yeah. Trying to get me up here. Sorry, there's my nose again. I explained this in my little video, Trauma Tales. You can go back and read why I always sniffle and why I have the lip. This film was one of the early, what year did this come out? 73. So I probably, when this eventually got to cable, it was on all the time, and a VHS. I had the VHS. Don't think I had the Laserdisc. But, man, imaginative animation. I always say I have a thing about anime. I don't like the jittery style. It's not that smooth Warner Brothers or Disney animation. And this has an odd style to it, but being that it's a foreign film, I only originally saw the American dub, and that was fine, because I knew nothing back then until I learned more about the movie and realized that it was a French film. And but anyway, we're talking about Les Planètes Sauvages, Fantastic Planet. If you know the movie, you'll recognize those characters. This is an awesome, awesome film. Let me get my big face out of there. Maybe it'll focus. It's got a bunch of extras on there. I'll just hold it there for a sec, let you glance at that, still it, and glance at it. Yeah, this, and it's only available on an import, which I imported, of course. It comes like that. You got the Blu-ray, which has both versions, the original language with English subtitles and other subtitles, and then you have the original English dub. And then you got the DVD, and I thought there was a soundtrack. I bet it's an isolated score. Wait a minute, there's something. No, I bet there's an isolated score. But this is like a Criterion. This is brought out by Masters of Cinema series from the Eureka company, Masters of Cinema org. And it comes with a cool book. Remember that? Remember this movie? Does it bring back memories now to you? Oh, I got to watch so there's no nudity or anything in here, because it does get kind of... But the visual design, the characters are outstanding. And the soundtrack is... Wow. It's just... Look at that. It haunts me. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, and then you gotta pull the discs out to show the back art. There. And you can't really see it all. Well, I can do that and that. And you can see at least they have, and then the chapters. But if you have not seen this movie, Fantastic Planet, look it up, watch it. Try to watch it in its English original French language, but being that it's animated and you really don't, it's still saying the same story. I kind of compared, and it's pretty much the same stuff, although a little altered here and there. But the English dub isn't as bad as like when they bring the Japanese movies or any of the other movies here, and they all talk like that. Why in dubs? Not all of them, but why in dubbing do the dubbers who speak English try to put whatever nation's accent. Like if it's a Japanese, they will talk like this. Or if it's French, oh, but of course. In the dubbing, just if you're going to do English dub, do English dub. If you're going to be a Frenchman speaking English, just speak French. I don't. Anyway, fantastic planet, awesome flick. See that, see it. Oh, this one from my childhood. Saw this in the theater. This was great. And then I remember on television it coming out, and it was a big deal because it was years since it was at the theater, and that's how it was back then. There was no DVD, there was no cable or VHS. So if you saw a movie in the theater, you might have to wait 5 years before it was going to be on television. And if you weren't paying attention, you might miss it, and then it might not be on for like another 5 years. So you'd either, whatever you had, if it was real, I had reel-to-reel tape, and I would record movies off the television, just the audio, and then later listen to them, and it would be like a radio thing. I knew the visuals, but I was seeing it in my head because I had already seen it. Anyway, this was one of those movies, and it had a great electronic, well, not all electronic, but the opening. I loved the opening credit music to this, and which is basically like special effects. Anyway, we're talking about the old classic sci-fi, Fantastic Voyage. Yeah, great movie. This was not a bare bones. It's got a commentary, isolated score, things like that, storyboard comparisons. But it was like one of those $9.99, $7.99 ones. Eco case, cheapo eco. It's in the collection because I loved it. I love that movie. It's great. I love the Proteus. I love the cartoon show that came out in the 70s, Fantastic Voyage, where the Proteus looked a little different. And that was cool because every episode they shrunk him down to put him on a mission. They were different characters. It wasn't Raquel Welch and the Antibodies, This is classic, Academy Award winning. Just a great movie. The Coens did it with Fargo. And I got this version, simple version. I'm very happy with it. The movie is great. I can't say much more about it. Everybody knows about it. Everybody loves it pretty much. Shut in the fucking face! Steve Buscemi and I need Unguin. For years I didn't know what is Unguin. What is ointment? Yeah, Unguin. I went Pancake's house. No money, no Gene, or no Gene, no money. So many great quotes that my friends and I do with that. And then last year, they premiered the Fargo television series, which was pretty outstanding. I think it got kind of lost in the shuffle with the popularity of True Detective. This, maybe not as good as True Detective, but just as good as... Well, maybe not as good as the Fargo movie, but it's very entertaining, very great. And you got Billy Bob Thornton, and you got Watson. What's his name? Come on, and Colin Hanks. And Billy Bob is just freaking scary in this. That from the first episode where he's talking to Tom Hanks, and he's like, just roll the window back up. Yeah. Very good movie, and I like how, like, this year they're doing another time period, but all in Fargo, and there are all these like mysteries, and the series is definitely worth picking up. It's a great show. It's an entertaining show, and it has that Fargo vibe, that humor, that scary, that crime drama. Well. This show, this is a big box set, and this show I knew about, went to a friend's house, he had it on, one of the earlier episodes, and it looked like Fraggle Rock, Muppets in space, something. I was like, what is this? Oh, yeah, it's Jim Henson Studios, and really? Oh, it's really good, it's funny, and it's a great sci-fi show, you really should watch it. Okay. And then the scene that was on was weird. It was one of these little, like, Yoda-looking Muppets. and there's all these people with guns, and he starts peeing, and he's peeing fire. And I was like, well, this looks pretty damn ridiculous. I don't think I'll ever check this out. But I started hearing more and more as years went. That was when it was first airing back then, when I first saw it. And also being on Sci-Fi, I refused to watch anything on Sci-Fi because the ads the constant ads and the constant same commercials and the constant little things popping up on the screen. You know, if I'm going to watch something, I'll wait till it comes on video and then I'll see that, and then there's none of that crap on there. But what am I talking about? Farscape. This show I recently got, I believe it was 3 years ago. It was on sale. This is the big 4-season hefty box set. About 4 years ago, this was on sale for, I think, like $30. And I said, you know, I was always looking for something different. And like I said, since then the series was off the air, and then it came back with the Peacekeeper Wars special to wrap up the show because it was canceled. And I'm glad they did that, because at least they did some sort of closure, although not happy with some of the lines, because if they ever wanted to bring it back, some characters aren't there anymore. Another show we'll get to. But this thing, I took a chance and picked it up, and like I said, it was after it was already off the air, and I went online looking around and read some really good things about it, and I said, you know what? And I watched it, and it's one of my favorite television shows now. It is hilarious. It is extremely creative, visually stunning to look at, beautiful to look at. The colors, the characters, the character designs. Jim Henson's Muppet creators, I shouldn't say Muppet, but Jim Henson Studios, the creations, the alien creations, animatronics are amazing and just to look at. That little Yoda character I was talking about, Rigel, he's like, by the time you get to the end of the show, you love all these characters, and some of them depart, and then new ones come on, and you hate to see those go, but then you grow to love the new ones, and it's just a great show. This set is the complete series, albeit it doesn't have that final Peacekeeper Wars thing. You'd have to get that separately, and it comes with a ton of extras and deleted scenes and trailers and interviews, and I can't say enough about this show, and I'm going to stop so we're not 2 hours long. But if you haven't seen Farscape, here, let me tell you. Look in the eye there. Look in my eye. Look in my eye. Or from Aliens, look in my eye. If you liked Guardians of the Galaxy, who doesn't like Guardians of the Galaxy? You got this maverick Han Solo type guy originally from Earth, listening to Earth music, doing little earthly quips, you know, like, hey, Ninja Turtle, how you know, things that only he would understand, not the other races he's dealing with. And you got this group of criminals that get together, and they join together and they get involved in saving the universe. Farscape has a guy from Earth who gets sucked into a wormhole, and he's trapped out there in this unique world with all these alien races, all these colorful characters, and he's doing the little quips, the danger Will Robinson, danger don't sit in the chair, you know, it's like a TV version of Guardians of the Galaxy. And if you love Guardians of the Galaxy and you've never seen Farscape, take a look at Farscape, because it's the next best thing we have on television that's Guardians of the Galaxy. And I could even go through all the kind of characters and say, well, this kind of represents him. You know, John Crichton represents the Chris what's his name's character. Little Rigel, the little Yoda guy, is kind of like Rocket Raccoon. There's a woman in the show that's essentially a plant. She's a big, bald, beautiful blue woman, and you got Groot, who's pretty much a plant. I know Guardians probably came out more than likely came out before Farscape, and Farscape might have took its little advantages and the kind of character differences. But anyway, I'm talking way too much about that. We'll go through these real fast, because everybody's probably seen these or hates these. And I was in no way wanting to get these for my collection. I saw the first one. I thought it was a terrible, terrible remake of Point Break, and nobody seemed to notice it. Cop getting involved with a group of criminals to try to stop them. And didn't see the second one, and then I tuned into the third one because the cars looked really cool, the Tokyo Drift. I'm talking about Fast and the Furious, and we won't go through them all, but I got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one, 6, and I'm waiting, of course, for the 7th, which I'll probably get. The series grew on me after about the 4th movie. No, not the 4th, 5th. 5th, 6th. Which one? This is, yeah, 5th and 6th. When you got Vin Diesel coming back, and you got Dwayne Johnson as The Rock coming back, it turned less into a really dumb car race thing into more of a bunch of people going on a mission, and blow-ups ensue, and car chases, and unbelievable stunts ensue, and I enjoy it. It's entertaining for me. You know, if you don't like it, your stuff, my stuff, your stuff, whatever we like. I know this came out in Criterion, and I haven't picked it up yet. One of these days I will. I had the Criterion DVD, but I jumped on this when it first came out on Blu-ray, so it's the basic, nothing on here. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Hilarious flick. Great Johnny Depp performance. This is Black Country. And I love it. I love it. There's some great scenes. I've seen this many times, and there's so many great scenes in here with Benicio in the bathtub, and there's so much great when they're drugged and they're going to the Vegas, the carnival thing, and they're on the merry-go-round. If you haven't seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, see it. This is Terry Gilliam, right? Yeah. What am I? Of course it's Terry Gilliam. It's great. Got to get that Criterion every once in a while. This movie I absolutely loved. There's 2 things I wish. Well, 3 things. I wish the other 2 sequels would be released on Blu-ray, and I don't even mind if it's a double, 2 and 3. But the one thing I really wish was released, there was a show that was called Project Greenlight, done by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, television show, where they got all these people in to pitch their ideas, and then one would win, and they got to make their movie, and they filmed, the whole show was like a documentary on them, the trials and tribulations of trying to make that movie, that vision of theirs. Well, good old Clu Gulager, who is well known to the horror fans out there, and other people, his son John won the very first Project No, it was the 3rd Project Greenlight. And I believe the first 2 Project Greenlight seasons have been released. Stolen Summer, I think, was the first one. I can't remember the second one. But the 3rd one was Feast, an all-out, balls-out, bloody, gory horror monster movie, all in a bar with all these unique characters and a kick-ass soundtrack with some fantastic editing. I love the introduction of each character, how it's still and show you a little bit about something. Just like in the 2nd and the 3rd, they did a different technique with like camera, almost like where the person stands in front of the camera, and like a rehearsal footage type thing. Anyway, Feast. If horror fans probably seen it, either like it or don't. I love the thing, and I love how ridiculous the other 2 go. 2 with the aliens and the big penises running around, and then and the baby catapult and the little wrestling midgets, little people. And then the 3rd one goes way off, and it has that wild ending with Clu Gulager, who's always surviving, and the mariachi singer, and then the robot stepping on him. And I would love that documentary, that season where they were making this, because I've seen it, and it's fantastic. Nobody thought this guy was going to get this movie done, let alone be viewable, watchable. And he created this little work of art, which I love. I hold it dear to my heart. This is a classic. Oh, yes. And I got whatever version this is. I just wanted it. And I don't watch it often. When I had it on a laser, I watched it at least once a year. Surprisingly, there are people that don't like this, and I don't understand why. This is a John Hughes, written and directed, Matthew Broderick, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Bueller edition, with some extras on here. This isn't the one with the commentary. No, he actually did a commentary, I believe, on the DVD version, so if you have that, keep that. I don't think the commentary is on here. No, they would list it in the extras. But anyway, enough's been said. It's great, funny. And it's got a great musical score that was never released. There was a fan-made score that somebody got the rights to release like 500 or 5,000 copies of it or something, and I got one of them. You had to order it specially from this guy's website, and it wasn't like a CDR. It was an actual CD printed. You know, it's great. The soundtrack is amazing. Well, here we go. This is... gosh, I could spend hours talking about these movies. Big Bada Boom. Big Bada Boom. The Fifth Element. This is the version I got. I know there's a really crappy version, and the first one, and I think this is the second one. Might be the first one. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while because, again, when I had it on laser, I watched it like constantly. This was like a huge favorite of mine. And since I got the Blu-ray, I think I might have only watched it once, and I've had it for a number of years, which is why I'm thinking this might be the one that's really bad, and I don't know how to tell. Let me just show you the back, if you know about it, if there's anything on there that says that this is the newer one. I don't know. Eventually the good one will come down, and I'll eventually buy it. Oh, stickers on the slip case. Oh, can I get it off? Can I get it off? It's coming off. Wow. I don't know if I should keep going. I'm not going to do it without. You don't need to see me try to get a sticker off. Tyler Durden, huh? Number one thing about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Great flick. Great. Got the slipcover. Comes with a bonus sticker with the price on it. Cool. Opens it up. Got some quotes in there. And I'm not going to say nothing. Love the opening credits. Love the end of the movie. That final with the buildings. That's all I'll say. First time watching it, didn't get was totally fooled. I was fooled. What the fuck is going on in this movie? What? Fight Club. Great ass movie. Not what I thought it was going to be going in. And I'm glad. It wasn't all about fighting. Oh, we got a few of these. We can go through these real quick. At least 3 of them. Because the rest are on 3D. I like these because they're modern day horror movies that I like the idea of. You know, multiple ways people can die. F's Final Destination. Yeah, got 1, got 2, got 3. They get ridiculous as they go along. They try to create a mythos that they never really go into. The kills are great. The second one is a little more fun. Well, the opening tragic events in each one I love. I don't know how they can keep doing them. I think they've stopped at 5. Because I got the last 2 on 3D, which we'll go in when we get there. But the first one with the plane crash or the plane explosion, the second one with the car crash, that crash thing is amazing. The third roller coaster one, the fourth one with at the racetrack, What was the fifth one? Fourth one was cool because it ended in a 3D theater, and the 3D. Well, I have to say these movies in 3D, not these, but those 4 and 5 in 3D are. It's the only way to watch those movies, because when things are happening, things are actually coming. Oh, the bridge collapsing is the last one with David Koechner. But they really effectively used the 3D. So, Final Destination, horror fan, like the movies, like the kills. All right. Wow, why isn't... Is that under R? Why would I put it under R? Maybe I... See my... And then I mix it up. But then some I put together. And then a sequel that has a different name I'll put next to the original. But sometimes I'll separate it. Everyone's done a war. This is First Blood. It's not Rambo 1. It's First Blood. I saw this at the theater with my buddy Terry. And I think it was Halloween when we saw this. I'd have to look at when it was originally released. But anyway, yeah, love the original. I don't care for 2 or 3. I might look into getting them, although I have no desire to see either one of them. And the thing I was just confused with is when he did Rambo, the big R-rated gore fest. That's awesome. It's under R's, so why isn't it next to F for First Blood? Harryhausen Classic. Looks absolutely stunning on Blu-ray, this transfer. This is from Twilight Time. It's very recent. First Men in the Moon. The First Men in the Room. Again, you know, Harryhausen. You got to have them all. Like I said, he's only done... I got to really find what that number is. Is it like 12 or 15 or how many movies? But I myself want them all in my collection. I'm so glad Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and Son of Kong and Mighty Joe Young are coming out. Son of Kong, not because he did anything to do with it. Mighty Joe, although Kong influenced Harryhausen. Get this before it goes out. This was like one of those limited to how many... 500, 300, or 1,000, whatever. Twilight Time. I like their releases. They pick some unique movies to do, and some ones that I really would like to have, but they're $30 a movie is a little steep. That's like we're in the Laserdisc days for, you know, $50 and $100 for a movie. Well, here's the other series I was talking about. Never saw it on its initial run. Heard it was a nightmare when it was on its initial run because they ran the episodes in the wrong order and it made no sense to the viewers. And while it only had like 14 episodes, they only showed, I think, 12 or 13. And they kept putting it on different nights. Thank you, Fox. Talking about the outstanding, fantastic television show, Firefly. Joss Whedon, who's Mr. Marvel now. If you haven't seen this, see it. And then watch Serenity, which is the movie sequel, season 2, whatever. Both great characters. Like I said about this, without giving spoilers, there are some characters that are no longer going to come back if they ever decide to bring out another Serenity. Although Wheaton did say that, or another Firefly, Wheaton did say he probably won't revisit, and if he does, he's going to make it in like another time, probably with another group of people. I don't know, maybe just the same lead and then other characters. I don't know why, when you got the Serenity, you know, that's the shit. This thing I'm so glad just came out a few weeks ago from Criterion. I held off buying the blue because I had the Criterion Laserdisc and it was loaded with extras, and apparently this has everything that was on that and possibly more. Do I consider this his best movie? You know, he's done a lot of movies and there's a lot of them I like. Yeah, this is my favorite Robin Williams performance. The Fisher King. Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Daniels. Yeah, I think they're kicking in. Okay. Jeff Bridges. Oh, just Terry Gilliam. This might be my favorite Gilliam too. God, such raw emotion, such humor, such. Gosh, it's just it's. I can't say it. Well, it's kind of like Louie, the show Louie with Louis C.K., where you could be laughing at one thing and then somebody says something and it just brings it to the serious, poignant, like, wow, I never thought of it that way. I don't know. I'm just drawn because you'd be laughing at this and then you'd be choking up the next minute. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful film. Don't know if people don't like this. Never really looked at the reviews because I liked it. And it comes, with the disc, and it looks like a big old poster with Robin there. And poor Robin, we lost him. But Criterion, can't say anything. It looks great. I can't say anything more about it. If you like the movie, pick it up on Criterion. If you've never seen it, pick it up on Criterion and watch it immediately. Especially if you like Robin Williams and you've never seen that. He did another movie that I really liked, and I don't think it's on Blue. It's called The Final Cut, where his job is to cut the memories of the deceased to have them shown at wakes and things, and he stumbles on a crime. That's all I'll say. But I really enjoyed that movie. I talked a bit about comedians who wander into like serious roles and try that. Your Jim Carrey, your Will Ferrell, your Robin Williams. I'm supposed to look at that yet. Robin Williams and your anyway, you know what I mean. And sometimes they work. And Adam Sandler, Punch Drunk Love, Spanglish. I enjoyed them. The comedies I don't. 500 Days of Summer. Out of nowhere, this little indie came, and it was beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful love story, relationship story, told in a very unique way. And if you haven't seen it, see it. It's pretty damn great. Pretty damn great. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Probably one of my favorite. If there's like, if I had to, not 5, but maybe 10. If I had to pick 10 actors that are my favorite, he's definitely in there. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Wow. This was a, there's nothing out this week, and 1080p, high def, I'd like to see something actiony, and I didn't see this, and I heard bad things. And it's not very good. Flight of the Phoenix, the remake. But it's in the collection, and I don't have the original. That's on my... There's a lot of classics that are on my to-get list or my wish list, but they're nothing that I really need to get right away because I've seen them, but... And I'm back. Sorry, the memory card was going out. And I had to restart. So no, anyway, we were talking about the bad Fight of the Flag. I don't need to talk about that. Anyway, speaking of classics, love this movie. This Vincent Price. Help me, save me. I used to be able to do that so frighteningly, almost exact when I was little. I had to, help me, and a little, I can't do it anymore. Fly, the classic, the original. Must have. Horror fans must have the original. Al Hedison, David Hedison, pick a name, but just great. Great. And of course, still sealed for my protection, The Fly, the Cronenberg version. There's only a handful of sequels to classic films that have been made that stood the test of time. This, Dawn of the Dead. I thought there was one other. Oh, The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Anyway, won't talk about that. Great movie. Gets a little gooey and gross at the end, but, throughout. But just a great reimagining. Well, we won't talk. Boy, we can't talk. Most of this is all new. The Fog, slipcover with the original artwork. Got a British quad of that somewhere in one of my boxes. One of the big ones. Yeah, remastered Fog. Didn't look online as a good as a bad. I'm happy with it. The movie creeps. It's still creepy. The sound, one of the better John Carpenter soundtracks, in my opinion. Just a mood altering soundtrack. So get the Fog. Get out of the Fog. This is one of those early releases, and this is another one of those where I was looking for something to buy that week, and there wasn't anything. And I think this was on sale. This wasn't a. When I buy these like cheapy movies, well, I call them cheapy. They're nothing special. Mindless entertainment. I usually wait for the price to come down, and that's what I did with this. When Matthew McConaughey was trying to do some romantic comedy stuff, he did a movie called Fool's Gold, and I don't know, looks pretty, 1080p out on the sea and the ocean and the islands and underwater, and it's kind of fun. Yeah. Picked this up sight unseen, not knowing anything about it. Trailer looked cool. Then I found out Jackie Chan's not really in it that much, but you got Jet Li, and it's visually just beautiful to look at. Forbidden Kingdom. Don't go on about it, but if you're a fan of martial arts and the beauty of the fights and the choreography and the visuals, the colors, it's very, very nice. Nice little movie for the collection. And to finish the first stack, keep looking there instead of there. Another one of these classics. Boy, there's a lot of The Fly, and there's a lot of great classics in the Fs. And this is a must-have for any sci-fi fan, or just movie fan in general. The one and only classic, Forbidden Planet. We've seen it hundreds of times, well, many of times, and we've loved every frame of it. I'm trying to see something there. And look at how young Leslie Nielsen is. Nice beaver. Nice robot. Why, thank you. But anyway, great. Enough's been said about it. Like Day of the Earth Still and all those. They're classic sci-fi. This movie makes me laugh. Didn't think I was going to like it. I heard about it. I heard, oh, it's cute. I heard, oh, it's pretty funny. Then I heard, it's hilarious. You should really check it out. And when it came down in price, I picked it up. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, unrated version. Jason Segel. I don't think he's a relation to George Segel, who I was trying to remember back when I was talking about Roller Coaster a long time ago. But I enjoyed this. People have a problem with, what's his name, the British comedian guy. And he is kind of an irritant, But I enjoyed it. It's a fun little romp. Far from a romp. But, relationship, breakup, jealousy, romance. And Siegel's first, I'd say it's like his first attempt to show that he's a big Muppet fan, because he does that song with the vampire puppet at the end, and then he moved on to create the Muppet movie, the new Muppet movie. Here we go. Another hilarious movie, came out of nowhere, and it became an instant hit, and it made an instant star out of Steve Carell. I think The Office started before this. 40-Year-Old Virgin. Funny movie. Collectors can relate with getting rid of your collections and all that fun stuff. Enough's been said about it. See it if you haven't. It's hilarious. Another funny movie, back from the old popcorn going to the theater days. 80s, I believe. 82. Eddie Murphy's first, actually. 48 Hours with Nick Nolte. Fun little actioner. Before he made it super big with Beverly Hills Cop. Murphy, I'm talking. But, one for the collection. It's an El Cheapo, This I have yet to watch. This, I think I watched the first 10 minutes and said, okay, I need to set myself an afternoon where I can fully concentrate on this movie. because I've heard people who have seen it has said that you might need a few viewings to really understand this movie. I'm talking about The Fountain. This is Aronofsky's movie. I haven't seen it, like I said, and I hear it's beautiful. I hear it's amazing. And one of these days, I'm going to have to actually sit down and watch it. But I have it in my collection waiting. It's sitting there going, when are you going to play me? This is a great movie. This is totally underappreciated. Although I do hear people talk about it. They bring it up every once in a while now. Matthew McConaughey. Is it Matthew McConaughey? Gosh. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, Powers Booth, Bill Paxton. Frailty. Creepy-ass flick. Little plot twists and turns. And just really good. Really good. Really good. I'm going through these. Frank Honenlotter. F's. Frankenhooker, right? Yes. Want a date? I remember the standees in the video store. They had a little button you would push and go, you want a date? I think there's a DVD version that has a little sound chip in it you can press and it does that. I love this movie. This was the ultimate midnight movie for me. Many a Friday nights with pizza, beer, popcorn, I would watch this, and it's just out there. It's out there. And I remember the Laserdisc actually had a quote from Bill Murray, which is not on here. Oh yeah, here it is. If you only see one movie this year, it should be Frankenhooker. Bill Murray. Great accolades. This I bought on a blind buy. The trailer looked kind of interesting. The creations of the monsters. And it's kind of one of those first-person POV, found footage things. But I don't know, the design of the thing, the design of the creatures, the Frankenstein's Army. I read a lot of people don't care for this movie, but it did something to me. It struck a chord with me, and it hooked me. And I look forward to viewing it every once in a while. And some of those scenes where they're going through the thin hallways, and all of a sudden this mechanical thing comes out, and then they run back, and then there's this big thing with a crab claw coming at them, and then the end scene when they're in that large room and the guy's in the barrel, help me. Oh. Wow. VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, and now Blu-ray. Freak. Randy Quaid, one of his greatest roles. Eggs and bakey, wakey. Alex Winter, what a creative guy. And this movie, I'm so glad came out on Blu-ray, and it's got quite a few interesting extras on there. But if you haven't seen Freaked, I'm flying through these. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's a 2 big toes up for me. It's a hell of a movie. The Rasta Eyes. I'm coming for ya. That sounded like a pirate. Oh, this is I gave in. You know, at the time I didn't have enough Christmas movies, and so I was like, it looks funny. It's got Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti's always kind of good, but then it's got Vince Vaughn. And they do some weird opticals with the little elves and that, and it's not all that great. But it's something I throw on around the holidays when I don't put on the classics. Fred Claus. Yeah, I know. And it's got a slip cover, so I bought it pretty new, apparently. But, trying to add to the collection, and you get Fred Claus. This thing, this is one of those that I really I laugh a lot at. It's still I can put this in and laugh my ass off at. only the classic Friday. Man, this is. Would you call this blaxploitation? No, I don't think. I think in the 70s there was blaxploitation. Now this is just an African American movie comedy. You know, I don't know. I've seen the sequels. I really don't want them. You know, I like the first one, and I'll keep the first one. I'm happy with the first one. Oh boy. Okay, these will go quick. Did not buy the big box set. One of the main reasons was because they're cut. They're still cut. When will Paramount release these movies, at least those movies that the scenes exist? Put them back in. Let's see the gore scenes. The whole thing about the first Friday the 13th movie was the gore, Savini's gore. Everybody loved it. And then you go back and see part 2, and it's like, who's this guy in the bag in his head, the Elephant Man, and then there's the guy in a wheelchair with the thing, but you didn't see it go in, so they already were starting to cut 3D. Unfortunately, not in the 3D version most 3D people with 3D TVs want. This is the stupid why they even bothered to release the red and green glasses crap. But it does work kind of because it's clear and crisp from the Blu-ray, the 1080p. So those are the only 3 I got. I might pick up the others, but I'm really seriously waiting for some miracle to happen, like with the Halloween box set, to put like the producer's cut in there. Although Halloween didn't really suffer that much from the edits. It was the Friday movies. 6, I really like part 6 because they added that humor to it. I like part 7. I love the look of Jason in part 7, the skeletal ribs showing, beefy man, big hulking beast, and then the telekinesis girl. 8, they spend way too much time on that boat. Get them to Manhattan like in 10 minutes, you know? And then, although Jason X has some great stuff in it. And then I did pick up Freddy vs. Jason, just because I like both of those. And I thought the movie was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, some of it's, yeah, but it's fun. And then the remake came out, which hey, the first movie is classic because it's the original, but it's kind of a bad movie. So I took a chance on the remake, the killer cut. Jason's motives for keeping a prisoner locked up underground, I didn't like. It's like, why? Were they trying to do something new? I mean, he was still a massive beast, with the kills and all. But who was it that said, you got him in the wood chipper there, and you could destroy him totally. But no, let's take him to the lake and put him at the end. But it was okay. It was okay. All right, we're getting close. Got about 6 more left. And I don't know how long the first one was, but anyway, before the thing ran out. This is a great, wow. Michael J. Fox, he really was a star back then, He from the Back to the Future movies and the Family Ties show, and then all the other movies he did, including Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, an odd movie, an odd cup of tea, as some would say, because it's serious, but it's humorous, and it's serious, and then it's humorous, but it's cool. It's Peter Jackson, and you needed to get it because it was cool. And John Astin, man, he's great as the old ride my jaw. All right, I'll try not to go as long as I did with Farscape, but this is another television show I recently, as of 3 years ago, saw for the first time. And again, I got it on sale, the entire series, 5 seasons, for something like $30. And it's like, I pick it up. Pick it up. It's a whole television series. And from what I remember, everybody really was talking about this and loving it. Yeah, I think they had some issues with the last couple seasons, or maybe the last season. But again, watching for the first time, the first season was pretty procedural. Okay, this is kind of kooky. There's weird little crimes going on, and they're trying to detect them and figure it out. But then once they got the idea of the multiverses and Fringe, all 5 seasons. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Big old hefty box. There are all the season covers. I'm not going to open them all up. But I absolutely fell in love with the show. I've seen it twice, full run-throughs already. Farscape I've seen maybe 4 times, the whole series. I revisit that a lot because it's so much fun. Fringe is just a kick-ass great sci-fi, and you got Nimoy in there, and oh man, who's the father? Oh, I love that character. Walter. Walter is so hilarious. There's the one episode where he has the dead people sitting up, and but the Amber and such great storylines, and the observers, and then what happens with them near the end, and really enjoyed the show. I really liked that show. Top 10 television shows, it'd be in there. It'd be in there. Yeah. I don't know, I might have to make a list like that. Another one of these Scream Shout Factory deals. Had to get this. This was a classic. He did Reanimator, and then he did From Beyond. And how do you top Reanimator? Well, you get a little more gooey and squishy, and throw Barbara Crampton and Ken Foree in here. And how can I Jeffrey Combs. Anyway, good. See it. It's a good movie. It's Roger's favorite movie. See the movie From Beyond. This came out. Picked it up on Blu. From Dusk Till Dawn. Still kind of sad that the promotion department decided to show that there's vampires. I think it would have played, well, I don't know if it would have played better. I don't think this really made that much in its initial run. I think it really got more of its fan base when it came out on video. But if they would have just kept the promotion like a Pulp Fiction type movie with the Gecko brothers and the crimes, and kept the vampire out of it, I think that if you went to the theaters to see it, and the doors are closed and dinner is and they start all turning into, man, that would have shocked audiences. People would have, what the fuck is going on now? You would have related to the characters in here with what's going on. Kind of felt the same way about Planet of the Apes, although that was based on a novel and they had to use the name. But imagine seeing Planet of the Apes for the very first time, not knowing the name of the movie, and just called like Out of Time or something. And you go in and you see the space thing and the crash and these men walking through the desert and storms and some odd things, and then there's these weird scarecrows, and then these mute humans stealing their clothes and eating, and then all of a sudden you hear this horn, and what the hell's going on? And you hear horsebacks and the sickles, and then there's monkeys riding horses, and they're shooting and they're talking, and can you imagine how frightening that would be, seeing it, not knowing anything about apes? That's how I wish this kind of was, you know? And then this came out after, and I think I seen the Texas Blood Money, but I really bought it for Full Tilt Boogie, which is the feature-length making of From Dusk Till Dawn. And it comes with all the sequels, and it also comes with the original Dusk, but we got the one there. So that was a must-have for Full Tilt Boogie. If they would have done it right the first time, it would have been an extra on the From Dusk Till Dawn movie. Ah, let it go, let it go, let it go, so the wolves can eat you and your skin can freeze and melt off. Frozen. Everybody loves that Disney movie. Well, I love this horror movie called Frozen. About 3 characters that are stuck up on a ski lift over the weekend in the frigid temperatures, and they fight to survive the best they can. And it's cool. It's cool, man. It's freezingly cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Horror fans have seen it. I don't know if people have forgotten about that movie, because I don't hear much about it now. But it's still a creepy-ass movie, man. The frost and sticking to metal, and then trying to, your skin sticks, and then it's creepy. Never opened. Probably because I've seen it so much on Laserdisc and DVD. But I got the supposed right version of this movie. Stanley Kubrick's fantastic little war movie. Full Metal Jacket. Yeah. The movie with 2 acts. The opening boot camp and then the war sniper scene at the end, which people don't care too much for, but if you really pay attention to it, it's kind of damn creepy. Especially when they go up and they find the sniper. But of course, Vincent D'Onofrio and I'm sorry, Lee Emery, R. Lee Emery, man, that opening it's a movie in itself. Kubrick, beautiful. And finally bought this sight unseen because I heard really good things about it, and I was looking for a war movie. I don't have too many war movies in my collection, and it came in a beautiful steelbook. Talking about Fury, Brad Pitt movie. Look at that beautiful steelbook. Nice shot there. With the tank and the crew in the back. Digital copy. Has a picture on the inside. Not much, just a tank and the location. I enjoyed the movie. I really did. I might do this. Yeah, Fury. If you haven't seen it, see it. And this is the first time I'm going to do this. And just on a whim, I said, you know what? This is the last movie of this video. And if you're lucky enough to stick around to the end, and you don't have a copy of Fury, and you would like a digital copy of it, hopefully this isn't expired. No, code expires 12/31 of 18. You got many years. So the first one that sees this, pauses it, gets the code, and enters it will get a digital copy of the movie Fury. And I'm going to show it to you right now. I'll let it focus. There you go. Still the picture or whatever. Good luck to the first person that sees this. Like I said, this is for Fury. And there you go. All right. Don't tell me I never give you anything. Watch what's in the boxes, and you might get some of my junk that's pretty collectible, like lobby cards and stuff. Although nobody wanted too much out of the last box. Anyway, those are another set of videos that I'm doing. Anyway, guys, I don't know how long this is because I had to change because I was out of room, and those are the Fs. Those are the Fs, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope I wasn't. I don't think it was as funny this time. I don't know. I feel like it was an off day. Maybe because I was just surprised at the mass amount of Fs I have and had to go to, and knew I was going to do a lot of talking. But there you have it. Fs are done. The Gs are next. Gs are about half a shelf, and that should go pretty fast unless I get into some Godzilla stories, because I got a lot of Godzilla. Well, what everybody else, anything that's been brought out about Godzilla I got. And we'll see if we talk about that. Then the H's. The H's are pretty, and then the I's. And we're going along. It's slow. This is going to take a while, but at least we're down to the F's. Okay? Well, folks, thanks for watching. If you just stumbled onto here and you enjoyed this video, please subscribe down below, right about there. It's red if you didn't subscribe. If you click it, it'll say subscribe. And a little check will go, hi. And then a thumb up if you like the video. And if you didn't like the video, thumb up. Hey, and subscribe. I got that from Tyrone Magnus. I'm a Magnusite. There's quite a few YouTubers out there that I watch, and there's some that are okay, and then there are some that it's like an everyday thing. You just tune in and watch, and that, I guess that's the whole point of YouTube. It's a whole nother, instead of television, you can watch it on your internet. Watch it on your internet. Anyway, I got to put all these movies away. I got to flip the shelf. Flipping the shelf, I'm going to do it in front of you. Can you see? I'm flipping the shelf because it's curved. This is like a press board, as I said. The shelves are great, but with the weight and through months and months of the climate, they eventually start to sag. So what I've been doing is when I'm going through, I'm flipping them, and then that sag will eventually settle and then probably go the other way. But anyway, enough of that. Folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. I really appreciate it. I believe I'm up over 150 subscribers as of today, which is the 18th of July. And I'm done. I'm done for this video. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you tune in for the G's. And that's it. And I'm trying to think of something funny to say, and nothing's coming. So it's basically just making the video longer. And that's it. Guys, it's been a slice. Have a great day. We now resume you to your local YouTubing viewing, your other viewing. And you got a question? Write it down below. If you got a comment, write it down below. And usually I respond to them. Okay? Anyway, guys, I'm done. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you in the next videos. Should be doing another What's in the Box. This is Saturday, so maybe Monday afternoon. I don't know. See how I feel. You never know what I'm going to be watching. I might do a What's Roger watching video. Excuse me for the belches. Excuse me for the sniffles. Oh. Excuse me for the drinking and the forgetfulness and the boring long videos. Anyway, guys, it's been a slice. I'm dragging this out way too long. Why do I like talking? Because in my mind, I'm trying to think of something funny to say at the very end. Think of something funny to say at the very end. And it's not coming. So maybe that was funny. Okay? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. The G's. Take care. Peace, love, everybody. And we'll see you then. Okay. Bye. Toodles. Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to the letter F. F stands for lots of things. But they're also, that's dumb.